Hi everyone. So today in this video we'll discuss about the concept of pharmacodynamics. So what's the pharmacodynamics? So pharmacodynamics, it's a part of pharmacology, and it is often described as what the drug does to our body. And in this it has a little bit contrasting effect compared to this pharmacokinetics concept, which is what the body does to the drug. So let us understand the main principle behind this pharmacodynamics. So first of all, we will discuss about the drug and receptor interactions, the concept. So let me share my screen with you to show one of the representative diagram which I have prepared for you guys. So here you can see that how the different receptor signaling pathway are there, are involved in the drug and receptor interaction story. So the drug and in the context of drug and receptor interaction, most drugs they work by interacting with specific targets in the body, which is often a protein, or also referred as receptor. And when the drug binds to its receptor, it can trigger a series of events that can lead to different effects. And the major types of receptors are like ion channel, G protein couple receptor, which is often referred as GPCR, and then enzyme linked receptor, and the fourth one is intracellular receptor. So what are those? Ion channel receptor, G protein couple receptor, that is GPCR, third is enzyme linked receptor, fourth is intracellular receptor. So each of the receptor, they initiate different cellular response when they are activated by a certain drug. Again, there is a concept of agonist and antagonist. When a drug that the drug can be classified based on how they interact with the receptor, and if they activate the agonist, if the drug activates the receptor, they are referred as agonist, and they mimic the action of natural substance in the body. They are referred as agonist, and the antagonist, they block the receptor and they prevent their activation by other molecule. So they can be either partial agonist, which can activate receptors but with less efficacy, and then there is a full agonist, which can a full agonist, and then there is a inverse agonist, which produce an opposite effect to the agonist. So what are those two different kinds? One is agonist and another is antagonist. Agonist, it activates the receptor and it mimics the natural substance in the body, whereas antagonists, they block the receptors and they prevent their activation by other molecules. And the other two are, one is partial agonist, another is inverse agonist. In terms of drug and this in terms of drug activity, the dose and dose response relationship, that also plays a very important role. The dose response relationship is a fundamental concept of pharmacodynamics. It describes how the effect of a drug changes with different doses. Give like certain different doses of a drug, like how the effect, how does it affect, and it gives a different pharmacological effect. And this relationship is often referred to as dose response relationship, and it is shown by a representative graph, which can show you a concentration dependent increase in the pharmacological response with the drug dose, and on the x-axis and on the y-axis you will find the response of that drug. So the key terms in the dose response relationship include like potency and the efficacy. What is potency? It's the amount of drug needed to produce a specific effect. So the amount of drug, the concentration of a drug, which is required for producing a specific effect. And what's the efficacy? The maximum effect a drug can produce. That's referred as efficacy. So understanding these relationships helps in determining the appropriate doses, and also to compare different drugs. Uh, One important point we have to remember about the therapeutic index, which is a measure of a drug safety, because it's a ratio between the toxic concentration, that is the toxicity, the toxic dose of a drug, and the effective dose of a drug. So a higher therapeutic index, that indicates a safer drug, as there is a wide range between the effective dose and the toxic dose. If there is a wide range, that gives a higher therapeutic index, and it gives you a understanding of a safe drug. So there are various factors that can affect this drug response. For example, one is age. First is age, then sex, body weight, genetic factors, disease states, drug interactions. So these factors, they contribute to variability in drug response among different individuals, and they highlight the importance of personalized medicines. So these drugs, they can give you different kind of response. And then there is a tolerability and the tachyphylaxis concept. So the in terms of tolerance, with repeated use, some drugs become less effective over time. This phenomena is known as tolerance. So the body becomes tolerant to a drug, and a rapid form of tolerance that occurs within the minute or hours is referred as tachyphylaxis. So, due to the repeated use of certain drug, the drug's effect become less effective. The drug become less effective over the time. That is referred as tolerance. And if due to a rapid form or tolerance that occurs within a minute or hours, it is referred as tachyphylaxis. So understanding this concept is also crucial because that can help in or mitigate in the managing long-term drug therapies, and it avoids potential complications. Again, in terms of clinical application, this pharmacodynamics principle is very essential because in drug development and clinical practice, they help in designing new drugs and determining appropriate doses and also predicting drug interaction, and even for understanding and managing the side effect of certain drug. Uh, so in this video, we try to conclude the concept of pharmacodynamics, and we have to remember that this field is quite crucial for understanding how drugs work and how to use them effectively and safely. It forms the basis for rational drug therapy and also continues to evolve with advancement in the different fields, including the molecular biology and personalized medicines.